So you're thinking of using your VA loan to buy a home in Cocoa Beach? I'm the person to help you. We love our Marines. We love our military. Hello, my name is Sandy Hodkin and I'm with Remax Aerospace. I'm a realtor here in Cocoa Beach, which is also known as the Space Coast. Today we're going to talk about VA loans, veterans, their benefits, and also the myths that are associated with these programs. I want to tell you that I'm a wife of a Marine, Semper Fi, and we're going to get started right now. So what is a VA loan? Back in 1944, the Department of Veterans Affairs wanted to be able to make it easier for our returning veterans to be able to become homeowners. They came up with a set of guidelines, and this became the certificate of eligibility. It depends on length of service. Once a veteran has this criteria, they are then able to take the certificate and take it to a bank or a mortgage company, and they can then be processed to get a loan. The Department of Veterans Affairs is not a mortgage company, but they do underwrite the loan. With this ability of underwriting the loan and pay back if the veteran should fault, the banks and the mortgage companies were able to give the veterans a set of their own rules, lower credit scores, no PMI, 0% down, which then meant that the veteran had better buying power and were able to afford a home. Individuals who can use this program are our active military, our retired military, and our reservists. People that once they have this certificate of eligibility and that they are able to show that they have in the past completed the mortgage loan, they can use it over and over again. My husband and I, we've actually used it 4 times in buying homes over the years, which has saved us a tremendous amount of money. The problem is that in our particular area in Cocoa Beach, we have a huge veteran base, but not many sellers who understand what it is to use a VA loan. It is obviously the duty of the selling agents that they educate their sellers to this program. This program is actually better than a conventional loan in the sense that the chances of it failing because of non-funds is very, very slight. Once the veteran has this certificate of eligibility, then they have the pre-approval from a lending company institution, the loan generally goes through. Now obviously some loans don't, but the chances of a veteran's loan not going forward is very, very slight. We have myths in the past that it takes a long time for a VA loan to close. That is not true anymore. A veteran's loan can close in 30 days, the same as a conventional. Obviously, cash is still 10 to 15 days. I have been asked, what does it mean that they have a greater ability to buy? For example, a conventional loan is asking the buyers to come up with 3 to 20% down. Now, for some people, that's a lot of money to be able to come up with, that they have to show where it came from, bank accounts, paycheck, your tax returns. With a veteran, they don't have to do that. So they can just put 0 down and still qualify for the loan. Other myths that have come up over the years with a seller is that the VA appraisal is a problem. And how you have to look at it in this way is that everybody is going to have an appraisal if there's a mortgage. So conventional, FHA, VA, they all are going to have an appraisal. The appraisal for a VA tends to be a little bit more stringent about the value of the home. The VA is going to look at damaged rot. They're going to look at paint peeling. They are not going to get up on the roof to see if the roof is fine. They are not going to crawl in the attic to see that the studs are fine. They're not going to do any of that. But if they see peeling paint, then they're going to mention it, and then they're going to look at different things to make sure that the home is of the value that the veteran is paying. If you are a seller, and if you're one of my sellers, I go around the house and I'll say things like, okay, we need to take care of this and we need to take care of that, because it's going to come up in the reports. Any report, FHA, their guidelines are very similar to a veteran's. And so if we see dry rot on the side of the garage door, I, as your agent, are going to say, hey, how about we get a handyman and fix this one thing? Or if they see peeling paint, how about we scrape it and paint it and make it accessible for everybody? We need to give our veterans the opportunity to be able to purchase a house. And if the sellers refuse to accept a VA, then our veterans don't qualify. And we should be thinking about them. They have given to our country and they are supporting us, and they have been in horrible situations that you and I can't even imagine. And so the least we can do is give them the opportunity to purchase homes in the Cocoa Beach area. Other things to think about when a seller is selling their home to a veteran is that if the appraisal does not come in at value, then we have a situation that's called tidewater. Now, if your agent doesn't know anything about tidewater, then you should maybe find an agent who has done many veterans loans. Tidewater is when they give you the ability to come up with 3 comps that show the value of the home. And you have to use comps that are of the same as the home. You can't use a home that's 5 miles away and say it's the same square footage and it's the same size, but it's 5 miles away. The appraiser is not going to accept that. It has to be in the same area, the same age, the same type of home. So if it's a frame house, you can't give a concrete block house. The exception might be if it's got a 1-car garage as opposed to a 2-car garage. They will adjust it down. If the only comp that you can come up with has a pool, then the appraiser is going to take the pool out of the equation, like you would do for a normal comp. Then the seller then has to decide whether they are going to accept the appraisal. Are they going to help the veteran and come up with the difference? The veteran can also give the difference in cash if they want, so that they can pay the difference, or they can split it with the seller. So either way, it's not something that has to be a problem. It can be resolved quite quickly and quite easily if the sellers are knowledgeable and have the ability to understand and to help a veteran. I once looked up what a veterans appraiser is, the knowledge that they are given or the guidelines that they're given, and I'm just going to read it out here. The appraiser should not recommend repairs of a cosmetic nature, items involving minor deferred maintenance or normal wear and tear, or items that are inconsequential in relation to the overall condition of the property. While minor repairs should not be recommended, the appraiser should consider these items in the overall condition rating when estimating the market value of the property. So that's when I say that they are going to see the dry rot, they're going to mention the dry rot, but that does not affect the price to the extent that people think. If the house needs a new roof, then that is going to need a new roof for the conventional, and it's going to need a new roof for the FHA. It's not going to deter a veteran from purchasing that house and getting the loan. Termite inspections. This is something that people say, oh, we have to pay for the termite inspection. Termite inspection is usually about $79, and in the past the sellers used to have to be the ones to pay for it because the veteran could not. But nowadays, a lot of our mortgage companies, banks that work with veterans will often give them some kind of credit for different situations, and one of them can be the termite bond. They will do the inspection and they will underwrite that. So that is not another concern for the seller, which it used to. People would be like, oh, I have to pay for that, and you don't. So there are actually nothing that the seller has to pay extra. We typically put in appraisal addendum for the VA. The banks want it, and in there it can be 0-0, so no repairs, no money towards it, or the minimum would be $250 that the seller would have to pay on a repair. Another important part of the VA loan process is that the VA loan has no cap anymore. In the past, they used to say that, $468 was the most that a veteran could borrow. Now that isn't the case. So the veteran is able to buy their dream home for as much as they want. They also are able to additional cash to their loan if they also wish to do. Some want to be able to put money down, or as I like to tell them, don't put any money down, but if it doesn't appraise, are you prepared to then put in the difference? And most people will do that. So that is another tremendous thing with this program. They can put 0 down, but if they have $20,000 that they want to, they can always add that if there's a discrepancy. So for example, in our area and the Space Coast, in the Brevard, we have 1,156 homes on the market. Out of that, 1,156 can be purchased with cash. We have 1,070 that can be purchased with a conventional loan, and we have 561 that can be purchased with a VA loan, and we have 540 that can be purchased with a FHA loan. So as you can see, our veterans have the ability to only buy less than 50% of the homes in Brevard. Now that is kind of crazy when you consider that their loans are one of the strongest loans you can get. And we have to train and teach our sellers and our sellers' agents that we need to make these homes accessible to our VA. Two other pieces of information that are important for veterans in our area is that we have a first-time home buyers program, which is about a $10,000 benefit. Typically, if you're first-time home buyers, you're active service. So you can use your VA program, so 0 down, and then in addition to that, you're entitled to the $10,000. So that is a huge savings for our first-time home buyers, active service. Then the other thing that is important to know is that if you're a veteran and you are disabled, you don't pay state taxes on your home. And if you are partially disabled, then it is prorated. We also have the homestead exemption program, so the first $50,000 of your home is released from taxes. So this makes it a very lucrative program in our area. Veterans in the Cocoa Beach area are very, very, very lucky. We have a beautiful base. It has a magnificent 18-hole golf course. It has a marina. It has a space for you to put your RVs. It has guest housing. We also have an incredible beach house, and on the weekends they play music and they have cookouts. It has a beautiful beachfront. It has several decks that you can enjoy the view. We also have a beautiful club where you can take people for breakfast, lunch and dinner. They also do Texas Hold'em, which is very big for me because I'm a big Texas Hold'em person. They have bingo, they have events, plenty of parking, great space for holiday parties. They have a fantastic deck out back where you can sit and enjoy the beach by the bar, the beautiful pool. All of these things are available to you as a veteran. If you are a retired veteran and you're disabled, the club doesn't cost you anything. The beach house obviously doesn't cost you anything. You just have to show your military ID if you wish to buy a drink. Then the golf course, they are going to charge you a small fee for the golf cart and for the grounds. But everything else is a great benefit for you if you come to live in Cocoa Beach, Florida. So in closing, I'd like to say thank you for watching my video. If you have any interest in me helping you with a VA loan, finding a home, selling a home, please subscribe to my button down below. Call me, text me, email me. I'm very passionate about my veterans, as you can tell. My husband's 20 years in the Marine Corps. You say they never retire, and so I don't say that anymore. Call me if I can help you. It's important to me to help those that have helped us in the past. Your service to our country is big. I was born in England, but I've become an American citizen over the times, and so it is important to me, as to my husband, that we help our veterans whenever we can. Please call, please subscribe, and if I can do anything, let me know. Even if you just have a few questions, I can always put you in contact with some of my VA loan officers, and they are always willing to help, and they're always willing to help you to get you into that home that is very important. So thank you for watching. Good luck to you all.